next we have for you, we have an update, actually some announcements from Coach T. He wants to talk to you a little bit about what we have actually already started for spring. We have a couple upcoming for the summer. Coach T.
Hello everybody, thank you all for being here. As my dad said earlier, we love you all. Previously when he was mentioning about him coming on board here, Owen and Wilson saying they want to have a year-round program for all of us. I'm partly put me in charge of it. So we've started right now with we have an AAU program. I'm part of the AAU program called Renegades. A lot of our guys that are actually here right now are playing with Renegades with us right now. We had our first tournament this past Saturday. We had a really good time. Won a game, lost the game that we probably should have won, but that team was pretty good. So a lot of good improvement from our guys. And that's what it's all about, is continued improvement. Camaraderie, playing with one another, just having a good time during the off season. So we have a whole set schedule. We are continuing to work on a little bit going forward for our spring and summer basketball, different tournaments and leagues that we want. Our incoming sophomores, incoming JV guys, as well as our incoming varsity guys and our returning varsity guys to continue with us and play. We have different leagues, school leagues, different AAU programs, AAU games and weekends. And yeah, we'll be having workouts and practice and stuff like that as well. So, for the most part, everyone here, we got Noah, for the most part, Ray signed up. I was hoping to talk to more of the freshman guys, but unfortunately they're not here. But we'll get in with them and make sure they get in the gym too. So again, it's about continued improvement, continuing to play. Coach Dad said, we're playing third fiddle behind baseball and football. We want to be up there with the other guys as well. So thank you all. So y'all played with us this past Saturday. Good job. Looking forward to coaching the rest of you guys in the spring and summer.
All right. So now for our varsity awards. These awards. Coach Oka, he called and said, "Hey, Coach, you're gonna have an awards night." I didn't even thought of it. I've done it in previous schools, and I hadn't thought of it. And I go, oh, should I? Good, yeah, go for it. So then I immediately got with Jackie. We planned, got this thing going. But so the awards that they got, some of the awards that actually that I started at my previous school. So that's where we have, the most inspirational, and which is kind of standard. You understand? And then for the varsity guys, there'll be a few more additional awards. So just to give some background on that. I just brought it with me from my previous school. So just give you some background on some of the awards. All right. So for the varsity guys, Coach Jackson, Coach David is going to present. So Coach Dave Jackson.
First of all, thanks again. You guys are going to hear it again and again. It's been a wonderful privilege to work with partnerships with parents like you. The difference between this program tonight, game after game, it's not confusing why it's been such a pleasure to work with these young men. And I made a point to take an extra minute, talk to the coaches, and get you guys out of here really quick. But at the same time, I didn't want to miss an opportunity to disrespect these players for the effort that they put in. Basketball is funny. Apparently San Bruno, Capuchino's kind of like a baseball sponsor out here. So there's a couple of baseball players who crossed over to play basketball kind of for their first time. And so it's hard to see the role. Some of you guys watch the tournament now, and you see a lot of guys waving towels, waving down the bench. those guys work real hard and they have a lot of fun on teams where you don't see them out on the floor. The same thing happened here. We wouldn't have the program that we have without a lot of the guys who picked up, you know, minute and a half, or they got the DNP, didn't play for the game or something. But they made the team better. Their role was key. There's a sport where you have to keep learning, taking coaching, learning fast, and showing the other players on the team that, hey, this is the path. I don't care how good you guys are. You follow me. We're gonna do what coach says. Get better. So with that being said, I made a couple of notes I'll try to run through without being too embarrassing on a couple of players. I gotta start with guards. Perhaps the toughest position on our team in terms of pressure. They're our quarterbacks. They have to make decisions while under assault. They make split decisions as triple threats, coach likes to say. Shooters, passers, penetrating with the drive. These guys make decisions. Sometimes they look silly, but it happens so fast, and they stand up to it. So with the fundamentals, first guy comes to mind is Ryan. Ryan Keogh is an able-bodied veteran whose performance as he responded well to coaching improved through the season. Like most of the athletes on our team, he was challenged to grow. And he demonstrated an ability to attack defenses intelligently. Coach said, don't dribble into too much trouble. And we expect him to challenge his teammates for a key role next season. Right? Come back and do something. Sebastian is another player, a true triple threat. Sebastian is a confident ball handler, shooter, and penetrator. And despite circumstances or outcomes during the game, you guys all saw it, he led his team with a unique calmness. He focused on running the offense and distributing the ball, and his unselfish nature and leadership temperament were key to our team's focus. Anthony was one of our, just a couple of underclassmen. He deserves a big pat on the back. He demonstrated the grit and skill set to compete with much more experience and physically mature players. I don't know if you stood around after a couple of those games, but we weren't always the biggest team in the league. As exhibited in his fearless last-minute, near 30-foot, heart-stopping, bottom of the net, three-pointer, which shook the house on senior night. His aggressive style of play has led to many big shots and exciting moments. We look forward to a long and bright future from him. Dermot Philpott. As many of you know, Stern, or as we sometimes like to refer to him, I call him McBuckets. He's a bit of a passionate player. His devotion and commitment has earned him a spot on the floor and in our hearts, as you hear. In addition to his grit and savvy, his shooter mentality helped energize his teammates and prove clutch on more than one occasion. As a fan, I think any of us hate a play where the ball is swung to Durham outside the three-point arc. That's right. Work hard. Next, turn to the bigs. Now that was tough. Tremendous respect is offered to our bigs. They earned it. Often undersized or outnumbered by several players of height and or experience. Some of these guys were their kind of first year playing ball. They were playing against 4-year seniors, some guys who've been coached up, camps, and the like. Some of these guys are the guys that are burning at 6 and 8. These guys are monsters, and we hung in there. A focus and combined effort of the entire coaching staff, Justin, George, and they were teaching these guys how to learn the ball, and it produced a platoon of dedicated, results-oriented teammates who hold down the front court with a whole lot of pride. And I start off, of course, with Xavier. Assumed the leadership role in Camp X as maintained an effort-based leadership role. He's out there working. He's a vocal guy that leads, but he leads by example. His toughness is demonstrated in his relentless commitment to the team's design and his role there. Much like Grant, he's required to defend players much larger than him in the low block. You see that again? And his confident ball handling and passing skill set gave us versatility. If there's a 50-50 ball to be fought for, my money's on X. And his team looks forward to him returning next year healthy for us. Donovan Vandenberg. Dom is another underclassman. We're excited to have, not only for his good looks, which will be coming out by now, which were often at risk through some of the physical drills that coach put him through at practice with the other bigs. Dominic brings real size to the paint. He's taken quickly to coaching and he's proven his readiness to be as physical as his position will require. And we're happy to have him coming back for hopefully a few more years. Marcus Dowd. He was our truest dig. His growth as an intelligent and robust defender gave our typically undersized unit a chance to compete. He also developed later in the season a real understanding how to compete offensively. He appeared regularly on the team's score sheet with points and rebounds. One of only 3 seniors. Marcus will be missed, but we look forward to hearing from one of the local colleges lucky enough to recruit this guy. He's a bit of a football player, I guess. Benjamin's one of the reasons that we coach. He is also a classic example of the type of character and responsible commitment that leads our team. Benjamin's intelligent play and efficient scoring was invaluable to the team. He's another young man who is willing to step into a role where there would be challenged players much larger than himself with much more size, and transition to a role where ball handling and decision making were essential to matching up against aggressive defenses. He made the right passes and the right plays. Just like so many who enjoyed his involvement in their extracurricular activities, we look forward to being on Ben's bucket list next season. I'm sure he's pretty busy. We also can talk about some of the strong role support players that we have. As a guy who didn't always hop right into the game and sat down the bench a little bit, I can always appreciate what these guys bring. Often mistaken for intangibles when they're described how they made the team. No, these players bring consistency and effort. They take coaching, learn fast, and demonstrate examples for the rest of the team in practice while we're all learning. Top of the list comes up Joshua. Joshua performed many roles on the wing and guard position, and he brought consistently strong ball skills and a nice, consistent outside shot, which came to life in many games and was in there. Another close comparison is Nicholas. Nicholas is one of the players that quietly would not be denied an opportunity to see the floor. He and Josh were similar this way. He possessed an often needed knockdown 3-point shot and could be depended upon to be where the team needed him on the floor. He knew where he was supposed to do. Another guy here was this. Much like Josh and Nick, Mateo isn't the biggest guy on the card. As a matter of routine, well, he didn't block a lot of shots. As mentioned, his contribution to the team goes far beyond that. His effort and concentration at practice helped to define, and I want to say this lightly, his effort and concentration at practice helped to define the character of the team. And he was another clear role model to help the new guys understand what was going on, where to be, and what gear to be in. Make sure that he gets his due for that. Heck of an acquisition. There were a few guys that didn't get a lot of time, and make sure that there's all sorts of leaders on the team. And you young guys coming up, hopefully this will matter. I especially identify with a young man willing to come to practice every day and give it his all, knowing that he may not be the first person off the bench. As a parent of a student athlete, I understand how difficult it is to watch your son, who is accustomed to being celebrated in the game and other sports, but their efforts here can possibly be amongst their greatest accomplishments. As a 2 or 3 sport guy, don't underestimate what